everyone. My name is Lauren. I'm a developer educator at Vonage, and you're watching Lauren Learns Things on Vonage Devs. This series is one where I learn things from my colleagues and friends and share that experience with you all live on Twitch. And I'm really excited to be introducing you to my guest today. She is a software engineer with an incurable blogging habit. She works as a senior developer advocate on the DevRel team here at Vonage, where, as she puts it, tames words and code in equal measure. Her name is Lorna Mitchell, and I'm so excited to have her on the stream today. One second, let me make sure your audio is on. Lorna, hello, welcome, Lorna.
Hi! It's so fun to be here. I've been here as like a quiet attendee, but it's great to be so much part of the experience today.
For sure. And so can you tell me, what are we going to build today?
So I thought, now you joined my developer drop-in stream last week, and we chatted a little bit about some of our fun examples, and we talked about serverless, and I mentioned that I had built a serverless function that responds to an SMS by including a fortune cookie in an SMS. And I thought it was totally your sort of thing. So I'm going to build that with you today.
It is totally my thing. I love fortune cookies, and I haven't done a ton of stuff with serverless. And so that seems like perfect combination of things for me to learn. And then also just, to have fun with. So it's still, do you see the stream active on the page for you when you're viewing it at home? Just checking that. Okay, cool. Great.
Yeah, I see it.
All right, awesome. So what we're going to be working through today is this tutorial that you wrote. And so what I'm going to do is pop this into the chat, and so that everyone can code along with us if they like, or watch and then check it out afterwards and give a reference and do it on their own time. But it would be really cool to see what everyone else kind of comes up with also. I'm sure there's opportunity for kind of putting your own spin on it, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, so I mean, on one level, the serverless stuff is just a great fit for something like SMS, where you get incoming requests as a result of an external event, such as an SMS arriving, and just like internet traffic, it can be quite bursty. So by using a serverless function, then it just scales up to cope with whatever comes in. You don't have to worry about making an estimate of how much traffic you need or how much headroom you have. You can just write your function, and every time that event occurs, there will be a function ready and there. So like if 5 people text it or 5,000 people text it, you just pay for whatever you used. You're not paying for the server running all the time.
That's nice. That's really cool.
It's brilliant. It's such a great fit. And I feel like it lends itself really well to something like the incoming SMS. Nextmo will send us a webhook, and we can make our function trigger on that incoming webhook.
Oh, I see. So then when it comes, then we go. Okay. That's neat. So so that's what you kind of get us set up to do at the beginning of your tutorial, the intro of it. And you say that we can have serverless functions with a lot of different platforms. Hi Diana, welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be using IBM Cloud Functions.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different platforms. I think Amazon Lambda is the most well-known, but Microsoft have Azure Functions. Google has a functions as a service thing. On IBM, so full disclosure, I used to work for IBM. So, and I wrote this tutorial soon after I joined Nextmo because it was like a really fun thing that I had used as an example
Do what you
before,
know.
and then yeah, definitely. Well, and I was trying to impress my new colleagues and everything. So I built this thing, and I think it's a good fit. So IBM on its cloud platform uses something called OpenWhisk, which is an open source serverless platform.
Okay.
So if you don't want to run your code on someone else's cloud, and that might be for data reasons or just because that's not how your setup works, you could host OpenWhisk yourself and do functions as a service on-prem if you needed to. So that's kind of the big distinction about OpenWhisk, I think, over any of the others.
Okay.
But essentially, they're all the same. You write a function, and it happens when your event happens.
Okay. And it's always listening?
Yeah.
Cool.
So it can be a little bit slow the first time you do something.
Okay.
So when we first deploy it, it'll have what's called cold start time, where it has to oh no, someone's asked for that function, I haven't used it for ages, and they go running down the storeroom looking for the function, and they bring it, and then when it's ready, and if it's been used recently, it'll just be on the shelf behind you, so they get it quicker.
Okay, got it. Okay, yeah, that's like me anytime I go to do pretty much anything in this world. It's like, I've done it at one point, but like, let me go through and find my notes, or like last time I did it, but that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, it is a really good example, isn't it, Diana? So thank you, Lorna. Okay, so you have in the tutorial a couple different things that we need to get set up as in like prerequisites beforehand, and that's the incoming number to receive an SMS on. And I have those, but we can also, I can always get a new one, but can I use one that I already have through Vonage? Okay, cool.
Yeah. So this is, so I haven't watched all of your streams, but you have already done some stuff, I think, where you receive an SMS and you set that webhook and it makes something happen.
Yeah.
So that's all we need. You just need a number that we can set the SMS config on.
Awesome. So we have that already. And then yesterday I set up an IBM Cloud account. And I think that we're pretty much like good to go in that sense then. So we can dive in.
Yeah, I think we should be good. Now the third thing is you need the BX command line tool and the Cloud Functions plugin. Now I know that IBM has renamed those tools.
Yeah.
And like we're in the middle of a rebrand as well, so like
we can relate.
Now I'm working at. I think my mouth is still saying Nexmo pretty often, even though we are really Vonage and have been for a whole week.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be saying Nexmo for a long time, and obviously we're still working through our rebrand. I was working at IBM when their old Bluemix Cloud Foundry platform was rebranded as IBM Cloud. So, that's why the old BX command line tool is there. I know they've renamed that since. So we need to do a few substitutions through this, but I think we can get through it.
Cool. Yeah. So in the IBM, like all their content that they have and whatnot is that new language of it, but that makes sense. Bluemix is still in their URL. It's interesting. Yeah, we are kind of, and then it does a reroute. Oh, yeah. That feels really familiar for us right now. And it was funny because in the stream that you and Alex did last week, the rebrand happened mid-stream. And something like hit the refresh button and then ta-da, new content was on the page. So it was pretty cool, actually.
It was hilarious. Alex went to the dashboard and I was like, okay, but if you're watching the recording, this is going to look completely different. You're not in the wrong place. We're rebranding today or tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you said
and then
it
he literally clicked a different link.
It's so
funny.
And
the whole thing reloaded. And it was Fabian. It was someone on our team that rebranded it in the middle of the live stream.
That's
so
amazing.
we're a dream team.
Yeah, seriously. I love that. Okay, cool. So the first step you say is to create and deploy a serverless function. So we get to start there. And you say to get the function from the link with that specific version on GitHub. Should I open up that doc?
Yeah, or you can just copy and paste the code sample just keep scrolling down that's there, because I'm sure they're the same.
Yeah, because the one that is down below is the one that has the less than 400 lines removed. So in that function, you have like a very long list of all possible fortunes you could get. So I'm happy to grab the long list. I feel like that makes sense too. So I'll just copy it all, or maybe for just demo purpose I should just put the small bit of it so we can look at it. Oh no, it looks like it ends at that object anyhow, so all right, let's pop over to the code then. Cool.
Okay. Yeah, so let me tell you a story about where I got my extra 400 lines of code.
Okay.
So the fortune cookie data is not like an ordinary fortune cookie. These are the fortune cookies that are shown in the startup message on the Linux platforms. So when you log into a Linux platform with your username and password, and don't know how much Linux you do, but it greets you at the terminal, and usually it'll give you some sort of little philosophy or a quote. So it's called Message of the Day. And it's a bit like the messages that Slack shows you, except, I don't know, it's got different cultural references, I guess.
Okay, cool.
So, so I took the Ubuntu Message of the Day database, converted it into a JSON object like you just seen there.
Perfect.
And took out everything that was too long for an SMS.
Okay, so 160 characters.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Okay, great. So that's what we have. And then we have that main function up at the top. Should we work through what that is also?
Yeah, definitely. So this isn't going to do anything amazing yet, but let's walk through. So we're declaring a main function, and it accepts some parameters. And all of the IBM Cloud functions will have a main with accept some parameters. And you'll see some other ways of handling some other data. So the parameters are like the per event data, and later we'll send our message information in there.
Okay.
But right now we just got some parameters. Don't worry about them. And we have to get some data. So that's just loading the get cookies data.
Okay.
So I could declare it there, but I actually just stuck it in a function so that I would still be able to read my main function.
Sure.
I didn't have 400 lines in there. Then we are generating a random number, which just basically is going to let me pick a cookie from my data. So get the whole list of data, generate a random number, and then like which cookie is that? And then all we're going to do is log the cookie so that we can see something in our logs. And then we're also going to return it in the body field. So that'll come back when we do it when we trigger this as a web request event. Yeah. The body will be what comes back to us in the response.
Okay. Cool. That makes sense. And so then in your tutorial, you have a note that says in serverless programming, functions are called actions or referred to as actions. So should I try to like switch my language a bit and like almost like rebrand that in my mind also?
Kind of. I think within the JavaScript context, everything we call a function is still a function. But when we deploy it, then it's called an action.
Okay, I love that actually. Just giving it a new language. Okay, I'm adding that to my vernacular. I'm going to use it once in this stream, or at least try to. Okay, so just setting my intentions. You know, I'm all about setting some goals and achieving them. Let's see. So the next part then is to get that action to the cloud. Okay, let's do it. Let's probably go back to the code. All right, so you said that in the code or in the tutorial you have BX, but we're gonna switch it because it's the new rebrand.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of BX, I think it's an IBM Cloud command now, and then it's cloud-functions, I think, is the next command. But you can also just type FN, I think is its short name.
Okay, so IBM Cloud FN or -FN. I'm sorry, I misheard you. I think
FN, just like that.
Okay, and then create.
And then I think we should be able to do the yes.
Cool.
You're missing a keyword package from before create. So we have to say what we're going to create.
Oh.
Give me a package.
Oh yeah, I just like completely skipped. And mind you, everyone, she has that in the tutorial. I just chose to completely skip it. Okay, so that was package create. Okay.
Yes.
Let's give it a shot. Okay.
That's exciting.
This is
okay. So let's
exciting. We get to start the debugging early. So let's see. We need a target organ space must be specified.
Okay, so try that IBM Cloud target --CF. I'm not sure what we have set up already, so let's just have a quick look.
CF?
This should be interactive. Yes. Try that and it should interactively walk you through.
Cool. Let's lift this up a little bit so everyone can read it. So no organizations are found. So create an org is what it says first. Okay. Use IBM create.
So let's
And then to create an org in the target public CF environment. Do I need to name the org?
Yes, and I think it has to be like globally unique. So we might need like a Vonage dev prefix or something.
So org create, and then is the org just their example of what that should look like? Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's where we're going to put our org name.
Okay, so Vonage streaming. I imagine that would be.
So yeah, go for it.
Let's give that a shot. Creating an org. Ooh, baby. Oh, it failed. Dang it. Error. Shoot. I got too excited. I should wait to get excited once it happens. Cannot add an organization to this account. Okay. Yeah. Shoot. Let's see. So
okay, I'm just skimming the docs myself.
Yes. Maybe do we want to switch to our DevRel account on IBM?
We could do, because I know that it's set up. Okay. So that might be the simplest way to do it here.
Okay. That way, at least, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna open up 1Password, and I'm obviously going to hit my secrets button. Okay. How about now, Diana? So what happened, Diana, is that my OBS quit. So that was super fun. Just decided to. Now you can't. Okay.
Oh,
go.
She says okay.
Okay. Cool.
Awesome.
That's great to hear.
Thanks, Diana.
Yeah, thank you for telling us. This is truly a sort of stressful moment, but hopefully we'll get this working. I mean,
Hey, you're doing fine.
Staying calm is what I'm trying to do. So everyone, you may not see what I'm doing right now because I'm just putting in our credentials to get logged in. I'm not getting audio either. I thought it was my connection, as though it's buffering a lot. Are you not getting any now? Because we thought we fixed that. It's buffering a lot here too. I am, but audio works. Okay, cool. Well, I'm ready to pop back over to the code, Lorna. And so what I'm going to, for me, but you're getting the chat. Completely frozen for you.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. I wonder.
Shall I try and transcribe you?
Yeah, I know. I'm wondering like what it is that's making it go slowly or buffering, because everything is the same as it has been every other week, but hopefully there is a recording, so I can always put that up on our YouTube too, and hopefully that's recording it correctly. So we're now in this one, so I'm going to try and run IBM Cloud. Shall I try live blog? That's you. I just read it as I thought it was someone else. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue following your steps. Package is not a registered command.
That's fine. We've just forgotten that we need to do IBM Cloud. It's a Cloud Functions command, so you just need an FN. IBM Cloud, FN, yes, package.
Oh, that's why.
And then, yeah, we're going to create a package. Try SMS Fortune. There might be one already existing because it's my example.
Okay, it says a target organ space must be specified. Use the IBM target CF. Okay. Cloud target CF. And then she's slowing down.
Okay, and then so does that walk you through?
Yeah, it is. So now it's saying it wants me to create an org. Even though that's odd that there aren't any orgs in our account. But I will try to.
So are you logged? So no, I can see the orgs that are here. So I think you should be able to target
with
-O
Okay.
Then nexmo-devrel. You need the target command. IBM Cloud target, and then -o nexmo-devrel.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nexmo-devrel dash what?
So from the beginning of the line, IBM Cloud space target.
Got it.
Yeah. Perfect. Now the -o, and then just nexmo-devrel.
Yeah.
And then if you do in the same command -s and then dev, we just have a dev space set up here, and I think you could use that.
Okay, cool. So does that look correct to you to run in the terminal?
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool. It says nexmo-devrel is not found.
That's really strange. I'm logged in with the same creds, and it's fine for me.
Interesting, because I use the same creds that we have on the 1Password.
Yeah, and I logged this in yesterday, so let's...
This is kind of a mess. All right, let's see. So where do we, maybe is it because my region is set in the US East? Does that impact things?
It does, but I don't think it should impact this.
Okay. Could I
and
try
it's
to
so
create
strange because
an org?
You can try, but I'm not sure if we can do that from the command line.
Yeah.
I have definitely forgotten everything I have ever known about IBM Cloud. Like, I'm gonna claim like it's changed loads, but actually I just can't remember how the Cloud Foundry stuff works.
Serverless fortune is what we're gonna try, even though that seems like creating an org, and it is, oh, it's okay.
All right,
cool. So now do I
Excellent.
use that
Well
to
done.
target the new org?
Yes.
Sweet. Hey everyone on the stream,
and I don't know if you might need to create a space as well.
Right. How's it? Are things still lagging? I just stuttered, so that might have been. That's not the lag. It's just me. I don't know if anyone's even still with us. Okay, all good. Yes, Diana, the positivity is here. All right, so I'm still looking at the code, and it looks as though we targeted the serverless fortune org. That's great. But we don't have...
And now we need to create a space to target as well.
Okay. So is that this line, the use or IBM target CF API endpoint org space? No. Yeah. This one?
Well, I think you should be able to do the target command.
Okay.
But we don't have a space.
Yeah.
So we might need to create a space. What did the create org command look like? Could we create a space with something similar?
That looked like I just wrote org create. So maybe I could try IBM account space create. I mean, cloud account. Account space. So can you tell me, like, what are we working on right now necessarily? We're creating an org and a space. Why?
Right, because IBM Cloud is based on another open source tool called Cloud Foundry, which is, again, means that you can have this sort of cloud functionality running inside your own data center or on-prem if you need to. So we are, rather than just like, imagine if you ran a web server and everyone just dumped their projects into the one web root and it was chaos, like that'd be just crazy and annoying and really insecure. So the Cloud Foundry stuff allows us to set up orgs and spaces so that within the one Cloud Foundry, different departments or teams can have their own spaces, and then you can also manage access control at that level. So you could give someone access to just part of your space
cool.
or a whole org full of spaces and kind of manage things that way.
Sick.
So that's what you're seeing here is we're just kind of like trying to set aside some space so that we can work there.
So what would you like the space to be called? Can it be called the same can it be called the same org? Or should we name it something within
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the space create I don't think has to be like global, so
please work. Ooh yeah. Ooh baby, do you know what that's like? Ooh, this is great. Okay. Great.
Yay!
So should we now try
All
to
right.
create the package? I have no idea. I mean,
Yes.
this is me really not knowing things, but that's okay. Package. Create.
It's gonna get more interesting, I
Oh my
promise.
gosh, I really am nervous when you say that. Okay. Shit.
No, like more fun. So
It
that's
didn't
fine.
work.
We can target. We just haven't targeted the space and the org that we created. So that second command in the output there, I think that's what we need. I think that's all that we need to do here.
Wait.
So
Okay.
if you type,
This?
so you can see it says IBM Cloud target --cf.
Yeah. And do we want that one or the second one?
Let's try that. And well, I think the second one would be the like longhand specific
Yeah.
way. But the IBM Cloud target --cf would give us like interactive
I love interactive.
choosing.
I love interactive. Okay.
So we're hitting US East, that's fine. We've only got one of each. Now we're targeted. So does your package create command work now?
I tried that and I ran IBM FN package create SMS fortune, but should it be called the serverless fortune? Like does it need to be named similarly? No.
It doesn't need to be named similarly. You should be able to add however many packages for the cloud functions as you
Then
want.
I'm gonna just try it one more time.
So if you try, yeah, because I don't think we were targeted on the space before.
It worked. Oh my god, I'm like anticlimactic because I was so nervous, but it did. This is exciting. Okay.
I'll drink to that.
I will
Well done.
a glass of ice water to that. That is lovely. We should work on getting on the stream commands for like a really celebratory moment so that if you're watching along right now, we have two commands. One is like upstream time and one is what am I doing right now? And so it'll tell you a summary of it. But we definitely need a third command, which is like celebrate, because that's really exciting. Okay, so back to your browser. Or to your tutorial in the browser, we have we got the okay with a happy output, and now we need to deploy the function, which is pretty cool too. So do I replace the BX_whisk with IBM Cloud? Okay.
Yeah, so BX needs to be replaced by IBM Cloud. This is like some kind of initiative test.
And then
Whisk gets replaced by FN, but because you didn't call your package SMS-fortune, you also need to change the name of the action that you're creating.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No.
So as you go, yeah, this is fine. IBM Cloud function.
Okay.
Then we're going to do action. Update.
Yeah.
Oh no, you did call it SMS Fortune. That's fine. So then SMS-fortune. That's the name of the package that you just created already, and we're going to put our action inside the package, right? So you're creating this, and then /incoming, and incoming is going to be the name of our action. There's a couple of other flags that we need to add here. One is --kind, and that's Node.js. :8, all lowercase, all one word.
Cool. I thought maybe like be kind is what that meant, but it doesn't sound like that.
It should do. We should complain. And then
okay. And
then there's --web raw.
Okay.
And finally, if you put What did you call your file?
Index.
Index.js. Cool. So put index.js on the end of the command.
Okay.
Excellent.
Boop.
Here we go.
Here we go. Okay. Okay. Ta-da!
You created a serverless function, Lauren.
Oh my gosh. Whew, after all that, okay.
Can you remember what it does?
I mean, if I recall back to
talked about the function so long ago.
Yes, this is great, Diana. I'm so happy. Okay, so that means that this function, the main function here, okay, so this is what we have in our in the cloud right now, which is super cool. So what you bring attention to over here in your tutorial is that, you know, this has worked successfully. We've deployed the function. It's now an action, right?
Yes.
It's an action. Okay, cool. So, but it doesn't, wait, calling update on an action that doesn't exist triggers create instead. Oh, I see. So when we ran update here, it's like an upsert or something. Okay, cool. Got it. That makes sense. Okay. So then you...
Amazing. I feel like we are so on fire now after that little trip at the beginning.
Yeah. You know what? You have to go through that.
Yeah, definitely. And we saved it. We got there. So good job.
And I'm like sweaty, but that's okay.
Right, but you saved it. So,
okay.
You know, credit's yours.
Yeah, here we go. Thank you. So let's see. So now we have to find out the URL for our action and then request it. So here's a command to discover what URL your action. Oh, really? Cool.
Mm-hmm. So again, you're going to replace the BX and the WSK at the beginning.
And then it's going to be action get -- URL for SMS fortune, and then incoming, because that was what we the updated.
Yeah, so you're literally saying get me the URL for the action called this, so that its name is like package name, action name. So we're like naming it with its whole qualifier name. And then you need to copy that URL that you just got back on the command line.
All right, I got it. It's ours. So, okay. Let's see. So now we have that. And okay.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and like just put it in your browser, or, you know, if you have a favorite HTTP client, like I really like Curl, but only because I'm showing my age. If you like Postman or HTTP, or you have, I mean, sure, there are loads of favorites, but you can just stick it in your browser.
Cool. That looks great.
For now, and
except
then,
that there's an error, but that's okay. But it's there.
There was an error, okay. But still, I feel like it's this is what you do. There was an error processing your request. Yeah. Okay, so let's try and debug that error. Okay. If you scroll down a little bit into the next section, you can see the. Do I want to watch the activation poll, or do I want to actually just run the logs command? Let me think about that. Because there's a few different things we can do here.
Okay.
And I have, you know what I'm doing now? I'm Googling my own blog.
Fun.
Because that's what a blog is for, and I definitely used to know this.
Cool.
So let's just have a quick one-line command for newest OpenWhisk logs.
All right.
Okay, so would you like me to paste you my command? I'm going to put it straight in the chat.
I mean,
this is what LornaJane.net says.
Ooh,
we should do next.
She's an expert. Let's find out. Awesome. Okay, so that's so fun that you grabbed it from your own blog. That's really cool, actually. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna pop back over to the code, but I'm not gonna use the Whisk line, right? I'm gonna do IBM.
You need to replace
IBM
a bit of
Cloud. Yeah. Okay. So IBM Cloud fn, and then activation list. So what's happening here in this command?
Yeah, I think we should maybe just run IBM Cloud activation list for now.
Okay.
Because this should give us a whole a list of what's happened in our history. Yeah, if you run that like that.
Yeah, so it says error serverless fortune incoming, or developer error fortuneless, because it's small.
Right, so that means that we probably did something wrong. Maybe we did a copy paste wrong, or we didn't supply the right information when we ran the command.
Okay.
So now there's also a web interface to this stuff. So if anybody's watching this and just thinking, oh, this is not really my thing, then you definitely can get to it another way. So we've done the activation list. And if you grab that, you see there's like a UUID, like a big hash there. That's the identity of this activation. So that's like the time that the function ran.
Oh, okay.
So if we copy that, then you can get the details on that particular activation. And that's what my command is trying to do, is trying to like command those two things together. So if you do IBM Cloud FN activation, and instead of list, this time you do logs. And then I think paste that thing that we copied.
Yeah. Logs, and then put that one in, and it says... Oh, it still has Whisk as the help for usage, so that's interesting.
Okay,
wow, so we
cool.
got
So
random is not defined.
It's giving us some stuff back.
Yeah. So it didn't initialize.
Just try and grow my
copy
copy of your terminal.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't get enough of that output to know what happened.
On your live share. Oh.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
The stream is slowly catching you up.
Yeah, the stream has. I haven't moved it. But essentially it says random is not defined. But yeah, so we have random in line 3, for example. And it doesn't understand that piece of it. So...
Oh, I think we're missing a line from our example. Can we go back and look at the blog article?
Blog article. So I copied it straight from this one. Oh, wait, but that now no longer has... Look at my code. There's totally a line missing. Wonder how that happened.
That's what I'm thinking.
Totally.
I'm not sure where your line went.
Yeah, because look, that's dang.
Look, there's a line of code missing.
Just like complete.
Fix it, Lauren.
I am. Oh, okay. All right. So that's in there now. So okay.
Right,
I have a really big question though now, because how do we re-update the cloud? How do we tell IBM that we have like a new, our action has a change to it?
Okay, so what we're going to do here is, remember when we did the update on the action? We're going to run that command again and say, hey, that action, that exact command. We're going to run that again and be like, index.js, and every time you run this command, it reads index.js from your disk, and then it sends it up.
Okay, so
there you go.
Dang, so now we go back over to here, and we'll refresh the page. Stay away from hurricanes for a while. Oh my gosh, is that one of the... No way. Okay, and
it's good advice.
That's awesome. Okay. Actually, I'm really glad that didn't work, because it's cool to see the logs. Yeah, you know what? I'm all right with this, the way that works, because that was interesting to debug with you. So thank you. Okay, if I refresh
I think if we grow up to be like if we grow up to be pros at this, like we should totally stage this and be like, oh, let me show you the logs. And next time I'll look at the commands in advance and everything.
Heck yeah, this is awesome. So you will win a success in whatever calling you adopt. I'm loving this. Your sister swims in to meet truth. Woohoo!
Okay, so you can put that URL in chat, and if anyone wants to request it, they can also get it, because they can all hit your URL. All right. Like, let's do that.
That's so fun. Yeah, and in the chat, please.
I'm also going to copy it out of chat.
Share what you've got, or what's a good one that you get, because that's the.
Some of them are a bit like snarky.
Yeah, I mean.
And so like I did this really early on, just as I was joining Nexmo, and I remember being really nervous that like the people who hired me would get something that wasn't great, and when they sent it through, they got something like really cool and upbeat. I was really pleased.
I think that's awesome, and yeah, I mean it's like hard advancement. This is what did you?
Mine says slow day, practice crawling. This is good advice.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Aaron's first one was "You'll be sorry." Oh gosh, bummer, bro. That's hilarious. Right there. Okay, that's great. Okay, so it says in our, now that we are back to the tutorial, we're now like, how do we take this from being in the like that just in the URL, but now how do we team it up with Vonage and get that messaging happening? How do we like spread the word of it so that people get it?
Yeah, so the way that the blog post is architected, it says like handle an incoming SMS, and it shows you to poll the activations, so you can see kind of what your function is doing. So that can be useful and also good if you're curious.
Okay.
And then in step 3, this is where things get really interesting, and we can jump straight down there now.
Let's do it. Discover the number to respond to.
Oh. Okay. No, I gave you terrible information. Hold on.
No worries. I'm going to just read the chat.
Leave this running.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, now this, okay, so now you can put your we're going to configure that URL as being the webhook for incoming SMS for your Nexmo number.
That sounds great. Okay, cool. Diana got make a wish. It might come true. Fabulous. I'm loving this.
Yay,
Aaron's
Diana,
getting all the negative ones, and Diana isn't. So this is, it's, test your luck kind of day. So shall we head over to Vonage? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, so if you go, I mean, however you want to configure your number, because we can do that from the command line, or you can use the dashboard, whatever works for you.
I'm glad you said that, because I don't think I've shown how to do command line in my stream. I know that you and Alex were talking about kind of bouncing each time you stream back and forth with it. I haven't done that yet on mine. So, you're currently going through a difficult transition period called life. Oh man, rough. One day you'll get a nice one. Keep playing. Okay, cool. So let's see. So if we in our command line, what am I doing? I want to link, actually let's just get a number in general to show people what that looks like too. So I'm gonna run number search.
Yep.
And I'm good.
And then I think you need the country.
You need
so
US, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm working on not saying I'm sorry as much into 2020. All right, I'm gonna take that one. That looks lovely. That looks like a great code. And then it's Nexmo number by, I think.
Yes, it is. And then just paste that number. Got it. All right. It'll ask you to confirm, because it's going to charge your account, so it's polite to check.
Pay automobiles. Okay, cool. So we got it. And now shall I pop back over to our tutorial? Or where are we
I still think we should. So we're going to link the number that you've just bought to the URL that we have. Okay. So you're going to do Nexmo, I think it's link SMS.
I think it is too. Like that?
Let's just go for it. Okay. Yeah. And then it's maybe number.
Yeah,
and
I think I gotta
then
put that one number in.
URL.
201-899. I am dysgraphic and dyslexic, and this is.
Is it not still in your copy paste buffer?
It probably was actually. Okay, so do we need to do anything?
Okay.
No, we're good, right? We just
gonna paste the URL.
Oh shoot. Oh yeah, the URL. Duh. Okay. It's a long one. It's usually like webhook. Okay. And then how's that look?
That looks awesome.
Okay, let's give it a... Oh wait, I'm in my browser. Number.
Okay,
is
number updated. That's good news.
Woohoo! Great.
So now if you run that activation poll command, so we're going to do IBM Cloud, FN, activation, poll.
IBM FN or no?
FN, yeah.
Activation.
Then activation.
Poll.
Yeah, go for it.
Aaron says, don't look now,
here.
but the man on the moon is laughing at you. At Lorna has rigged this for my IP address. No, she hasn't. You just... Okay, cool. So enter Control C. Oh, so we're polling for activation logs.
We're polling for activation logs. So when someone hits that URL now, then we'll see some response. Just like that.
Oh, cool.
So that was me. That was my fortune. So we'll see everybody's fortunes coming through because we logged the cookie fortune thing in our code.
Okay. Oh, right. I remember. Yeah, up above, right? That's here. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so the console.log comes out here in the activation, and this can be so helpful when you're debugging one of these cloud functions because you can't really set a breakpoint or whatever. I mean, you can. It's just here. So this is great. So we've logged it as well as returned it. And now we're ready. We've hooked up the URL so that if I text your number now, the function will run. But we're not. The next thing we need to do is we need to teach your function to then text us back with the cookie, not just choose one and log it. Right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's great. Should we? That's over. You have that set up in the tutorial. Should we grab this right here?
Come back over and take a look at step 3. And that's where we're going to look at the incoming data. So when the text message arrives, it's an incoming webhook to the URL that you set. So that's the URL that activates your action. And with it will come some parameters like what the number was that the text came from, the number that it was going to, the message itself. So if someone texts us a message, that's available to us too.
Okay.
And we're going to get that query data and we're going to use it to work out who texted us so that we can text them back.
Oh, that makes sense. I understand that. Okay, cool. All right. So I'll grab this that we have in the tutorial. And then do I put that in index.js also underneath it? Or like before the get cookies function?
Yeah, go ahead and put that in.
And I'm going to turn off, should I turn off our activation poll for a little bit?
No, keep that going, because I think we're going to see some, because we want to see when things happen.
Oh, I see. Oh,
so
yeah.
I like to put this like in another terminal somewhere, but if you can keep it there so people can see it, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, let's do, you know what you can do is we will have 2 going on. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have the code open. So everyone is seeing the code right now. You have many friends and very few living animals. Okay, I'm happy with that one. Stopping now. Yeah, stop while you're ahead.
Definitely.
So, okay. So then we want to, we've put in this piece into the code now, and we have to tell IBM that we've updated our page.
Yeah, so this is just, so if you save index.js and then you run that update command again, I don't know if it's in your history or we can get it out of the...
No, it's this one, the IBM Cloud Function Action Update SMS Fortune. Yeah, cool.
That's
updated.
the one.
Great. Updated. Fabulous.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay. And then over in the tutorial, you have us wanting to put in some secrets. And do I have to put that in index.js?
So the way the secrets work for this platform is we can set them as like environment variables. So
Cool.
We've got this. So what you've added now will pass the query data.
Yeah.
And it will log, as well as the cookie, it'll log who we're going to text to. So if someone texts your number, we'll see their number. And so we can debug, like, yes, that's my phone number. We're getting the data. Everything's ready. And then, so do you want to text your number? It will show your number in the logs.
That's okay.
Though,
Yeah, I've
the
shown
number
it
that you're
before
texting
on
from.
this one before.
Okay.
Okay. So, I need to remember what the number was. Okay. 1201 899. And do I need to text it anything specific?
No, I think you can just text it hello or something.
Okay. All right, I did. And it looks like we've got an error. Params are not defined. Incoming. It got it incoming.
Okay.
And it says, params. Error during initialization. Reference error. Params is not defined. So.
Okay. No, I can see it. We've just pasted the code into the wrong place.
Oh, okay.
So just grab that.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at so this is all in a GitHub repo, so people just want to get the end result and play with it, they can, but I'm using it as a little lookup.
Nice, smart.
And it looks like we could put this after where we log the fortune cookie.
So
we're going to add this basically to the end of that function. So it's inside the function, before the return, but after logging the cookie.
Got it. We can do that. Okay. So then we return it after that log of the destination. All right. And then we will, okay.
So try that.
Okay. Oh, wait, no,
haven't used
you know what?
Visual
Wait, I'm just realizing. No. We haven't deployed it, this action yet, right? Because, hello.
There we go.
We need to, okay.
We should do that.
Let's do that.
I have not used Visual Studio Live Share before, and I've just realized, I've just found the button which lets me see both your terminals at once. So
really?
This is so impressive.
Cool. Okay. That's awesome.
No, I've not really used this before.
I am brand new to it also. We just tried it a couple weeks ago. It's awesome. All right. So oh.
Did you text?
Yeah, I did.
Is this what happened?
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's now saying incoming, but I don't see.
Okay, so destination undefined. We haven't correctly got the number that we need to return the message to.
Okay.
So let's try and debug that a little bit then, because I'm not sure what's going on there. Can we, on line 7, can we add a new line and just do like console log params and check what we're getting?
Yeah, for sure. That's a good idea. And then let's deploy it again. Okay, so we got a bunch of stuff, and the params start the avocado toner.
Okay, so this is fine. So what we're getting here is we're getting some post data, and it looks like I was expecting stuff to be query parameters, like get data.
Right.
Looking at this, but that special underscore OW query is empty. So can you see it anywhere? Oh, it's there.
Yeah.
OW body.
Yeah. What
does it split? Does it split those variables out somewhere?
It's I mean, it looks like it's all one long.
Yeah. Now I know that it has a helper thing. So let's deploy the function again. But this time, let's take out the web raw.
Where is that?
Switch, because what that does is without the raw, it will pass the incoming variables for us. So in the where you run the deploy,
so take out web raw, or
I think so.
Okay, so and don't make anything to the change to the code. Right?
No, let's just try that because we'll still get our console log params, but I think we'll see different params if we ask it to do it differently.
All right.
So there are some helper stuff that I like to turn off, but it might help us here.
Okay. So now you are dishonest, but never to the point of hurting a friend. Ooh. Tough. Okay. So
awesome.
Yeah, tough one to get. It looks similar now, I would say, to the last one.
Okay.
Do you need to push it? Is Nexmo sending a post versus a get request?
So Nexmo is sending us a post, but we should still be able to pull the values out of it quite easily. And I thought that this would give us just like ready-made stuff to pull the values, but it's not as straightforward as I imagined. I mean, this is definitely our request, and we can see it all there in OW body. So
he's saying, is it Nexmo sending a? Oh yeah, that we already saw that one. Okay, all right. Well,
so we need to, instead of passing the query parameters, so we've got two choices.
Yeah. How do you want to handle that?
One is to push it back to being a get request, which do you know what? I don't know if we can do that from the command line because I've never tried.
He says the same code should work. Just swap out the OW query with OW body.
Okay, right, yeah, because I'm just splitting the string. That's a good shout.
So this would be body?
Yes, let's try that. That would be a really quick fix if it worked. Cool. Thanks, Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron. Yet again, fixing my stream. Much appreciated.
It's so helpful to have JavaScript literate bystanders.
I know, it's amazing. Okay, cool. Update. Okay. And I have
so we updated it. That's cool. And we're still running the activation.
Yep.
We're still polling.
Okay. Hey. So now we are. Hold on.
Yeah. So now we have the destination.
Is me.
Guessing that's your phone number.
Sure
so
is.
I can text that now. Okay. Fantastic.
Thanks, Aaron.
So. If you go back to the tutorial, and we're just going to add the final piece now.
I'm going to I'm going to comment out that console log, or just delete it. Okay, go back to the tutorial you said?
Yeah. So we need to send the SMS.
Yeah.
We're going to make a call to the Nexmo API. So for that, you need to add some secrets. Now, you don't need to add your creds into the code.
Yeah.
What you can do is you can set them as environment variables in your terminal. And then when you deploy, we can use those by setting them as variables on the package.
Okay, so that's
you probably do need to put up your secret screen for a moment.
Well, what I can do is
set the environment variables in, or you can.
I'm going to keep this visible for you all to see what I'm working on, but this is what I'm going to highlight it. This is what I'm putting in right now. to my terminal.
Yes, so you need to
FYI.
do the block above that.
Oh.
You need to do the export commands above it to set those environment variables, and then you're going to run that command.
So you want this at the top of my code. Is that right?
No.
No.
So first, you're going to run the export. Those 2 lines of export, you're going to put your creds in, but you're not going to share your screen with us when you do that.
Cool. Of course. Okay. So, how y'all doing? I mean...
Perfect. Yeah.
So, I do have them in my bash profile, says Aaron. So yes,
okay.
We could...
That's a neat hack. I don't have them in my bash profile.
Well, he helped me set that up, which was super kind and super
That
helpful.
is helpful. So because those... I don't know if those variables are present in your terminal inside VS Code, but hopefully.
They are, but I'm going to follow your tutorial just because I think it's good to continue through that. And he's going to do a whole bit when tutorial on all of that when he gets to be on the live stream next. Okay. So I have just put it and I cleared my terminal. So now do I need to go back and run this bit of code?
Yeah, so you're going to run that package update command again.
First. Okay.
Well, no. So here in the tutorial, that one that you've highlighted there, we're going to run the package update. And what this does is it sets, you can see the -p arguments, and that sets some parameters. And so those parameters are always part of the function, or rather the package. The package always has access to them. So we don't need to make it part of our code. We don't accidentally check it into source control. We just deploy code, and the code uses its environment to pick up the creds that we need.
Cool. All right. So let's just I'm going to paste that in. Package update SMS fortune. API key is what I set it as. The secret is the secret. And ta-da. All right. So that means that
I think we have the secrets, we have your creds in place. And so we can put some code in now to use them. So step 5, send fortune cookie by SMS. So we have the cookie, we have the number that we want to send to. Yep. You have your parameters are set on the package. So what we're going to do next is, this is locally. We are going to we're going to pull down the Nexmo package and add it to your local project. Yep. So you can grab that package.json file from the blog post.
Okay. So to start with, you'll need the pack. Mine looks like this. So just grab this.
Just grab this, stick it in package.json.
I hate when that happens. Diana taught me the trick of not doing that, and I didn't use it. Dang it. Sorry, Diana. Okay. Okay. So we have that, and we need to install it, I imagine.
Yes. Yeah. So you're going to run npm install.
Okay.
And then because we've now got more than just the index.js file, what we need to do next is, instead of just being able to push up like one piece of JavaScript, we're going to take everything that we need. So that's your index.js, and also that we're going to put them together into a zip file, and we can deploy that.
Oh, sick.
And
really?
IBM Cloud Functions just knows what to do. Yeah, so it means you can do more. Like, you see a lot of the examples and they're just like a function that does hello world, and that's great. But like, we want to send some web requests now. We've got some dependencies. Okay. So we just zip up everything and send it. So that is going to be fine.
So then we have to, that means, I assume, in your tutorial, you say, I need a deploy.sh file. Is that right?
Yeah, so I use deploy.sh because I need to run the same 3 commands every time I want to deploy. So first of all, removing the old zip file and then zipping up the current state of index.js and the current state of node modules and then deploying the new zip file. So rather than running those 3 commands all the time, which you absolutely could, I like to just stick it in deploy.sh and then I can just run it or set up a macro every time I want to deploy my function. Does that make sense?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, it makes
Okay.
in theory, like I understand it. It would be cool to, okay. Yeah. Oh, should I swap these BX bits in the code to yeah.
Yes. Good shout. Yes. Fix that.
Okay.
In the deploy.
Okay. And then let's just make sure everything else feels right. So remove the zip, then create the zip with these these things, as you said, and then run it and update it. That makes so much sense. I love it.
Yeah. So the zip command there has a -RQ. So the R is for recursive because we want everything inside node modules and everything inside the directories inside node modules. So it needs to just keep on going. And the Q is like quiet, like don't tell me about every file that you've zipped because it's node modules and I don't care. So that's what that does. But then the first argument is the name of the zip file we're creating, and the trailing arguments are everything to go in it.
Okay, awesome. All right, so now we need to like craft up the actual text. Is that right?
Yeah, so now you need to, I think we are pretty much there.
Yeah. Let's go to the browser.
But you can run the script. So you might need to make deploy executable. And in the chat, there's a suggestion that this would be a good place to use a makefile. Yeah, this is a really good example of when you could use a makefile. I tend to use a shell script, but not for any good reason. A makefile to kind of do the steps in your build and then deploy would be a really good solution too.
Oh, that's what we did last time with Zach for Docker. Cool.
Okay, perfect. So you've already seen the makefile, and so the deploy.sh is doing basically the same thing as you could do in a makefile as one of the targets.
Cool. I like it. All right, so now what we need, do we need to, you said you have to make it executable for your user so you can run it. How do we do that?
So there's probably more than one way to do this, but I would use a command called chmod, which is spelled how it sounds.
Yeah.
So chmod, and then if you do like probably O plus X, and then the file name, it hasn't got an E on the end. It's not spelled how it sounds. I'm wrong.
No, it is. That's phonetic. You're the way you did it. So I'm sorry. I now have completely O.
So not dash O, just O plus X. I think it's all one. Do you know what? My fingers type this. I'm not sure I know what to do. Yeah, okay. O plus X, and then the name of the... I had to type it in the terminal to think about how I would do that.
That's amazing.
So this is just making... this is just making your file available for you to run.
Okay.
So once you've done that, run that.
Do you want me to run this?
And then... Yes, please.
Okay.
And now you've done that, you should be able to do dot and slash, and then deploy.sh. Exactly. Try Chmod with A plus X.
A plus X?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't I have it on my computer? Okay, and then... Hey, something got added and it's a zip file. Cool, I've never done that before. That's awesome. Right. Is it working, or like it looks like it's still something's happening?
Well, remember, it's going to build the zip, and then it's going to push that whole zip with node modules in up to it's running the IBM Cloud command, so it's deploying that.
So that makes sense why it's
we
taking
probably
longer.
Need to wait for that to happen, and then it'll hopefully you'll get your prompt back. And then there you go. We updated.
Awesome. Cool. Lorna, that's so interesting.
Fantastic.
Thank you for walking me through that. Okay, so let's see. And I realize I'm taking you over the time that you allotted for me today. Are you all right on time?
I'm totally comfortable if you are.
No, me too. I know the beginning of our stream kind of added some extra time for us, so just wanted to check in on you. I appreciate you being here regardless, but I think we're getting pretty close-ish.
And I've scrolled down a little bit more, and it looks like we have a little bit more to add to our code example, but the next heading says conclusion.
I know, I almost didn't want to show it as be like, ooh, spoiler, we're almost done. But I don't know who I am. So, okay, let's see. So you have us, this all looks really familiar, what we have in the index file. So, except that I need to put that at the top, it looks like.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff here.
Yeah.
Or above this, I have linked to GitHub. So I don't know if it's easier for you to just grab the whole thing and paste that.
So you have...
Just so that we don't get any typos. The downside of working with Cloud Functions is the round trip time to redeploy.
Yeah. Okay, well,
I mean,
kind of just want to look and compare and
locally,
see how different it is from mine. Oh, it is different because you have exports main, and right, that piece is different. And then who are we texting? Get the phone number. Warning fails horribly if this data isn't present. So do we want to change the OW query?
Oh yeah, so I think we would need to fix that. But otherwise, I think this should all be fine.
Okay, so I'm going to pop it in.
The reason that the top looks different is because now we're not deploying, when you deploy index.js, the functions as a service, knows what to do. Because it's it's an index.js, yeah. I'll just run index.js.
Yeah.
When you deploy a zip file, it doesn't know. So you have to say what the entry point is. You have to export a main function from one of your JS files.
That makes sense.
So that's all that's happening here. It's the same function. It's just got a different syntax on it. And then
so now
there's some promise stuff in here as well, because we're going to make a web request, which is the API call to Nexmo.
Okay, and then we have our param set with our key and secret. Okay. All right, so should we run our command of the updating our file? Do you think so?
Yes. Did you pasted from GitHub into here? Yes,
from
this
GitHub,
is the new version.
I changed the body piece.
Yeah, so you fixed that on line 12. That's really ace. So I think we can go ahead and run the deploy script again.
Okay.
And then you should get your cell. Do I say cell phone in American?
Web raw piece in it, because one time we took it out. Should we keep it back in? Doesn't matter.
I'm not sure it made any difference.
Yeah.
So it probably doesn't matter.
All right.
I mean, I hope it doesn't matter. If it does, then it's prime suspect.
Yeah. So now I get to send a text.
No. So
no.
Sorry, I just flicked over to your terminal, and you ran the command in terminal to push index.js. But what we actually need to do is we need to run.
Yeah. The zip.
We need to run the deploy script because it's going to make us the new zip file.
Oh my god. Okay.
And we can deploy us that because we've got the extra dependencies now. So it is that command, but it's got some zip preamble.
So what in the, let's see. So what does that command change to?
You're going to run /deploy.sh. And we just created that deploy file that removes the old zip, creates the zip, and then runs the deploy, but it sends the zip file.
Oh yeah, of course. Right. Because we saw that. Okay. Right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. We made a change to index.js. We should push the code, but we need to use this.
So do I just run this the /deploy sh? Okay. Duh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, so now it's doing the thing where it's taking a bit of time because it has to do it all, push it all up. It's running this
Yeah,
file.
and the zip is bigger as well because it's got all the requests dependencies in. So there's more going on now because you're not writing a hello world example. Like even the fortune cookie is just a bit of array manipulation and text. It's basically hello world with more interesting content.
No, that's
whereas what you've made now is, we're working towards a real application. So if people watching the stream come on and use this as well, then they'll have something. Yeah. They'll be building something more substantial as well. So this is quite a good kind of use case.
So now are we ready for, it says it took it, or it updated it. Should I text now?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you have the poll activation open, we could watch.
So I see the fortune here. I don't have a text just yet, but texting sometimes does take a bit. So we'll just...
Do you want to paste the Nexmo number into the chat in case anybody else wants to text too?
I would love to. I wish it were working. Or I wish I was 4606 is the text to get a fortune, hopefully, is what I will send. Okay. So let's see. I guess maybe I need to debug the texting part of it. Do you think?
Well, I'm not really sure because if there was an error, it would have errored. It would have said, no, that's a problem. I mean, we don't have fantastic error handling in this example because I was trying to keep things short, right?
I understand. Okay, so you got...
I feel like...
Are you guys getting a text back?
Oh, did that come back by SMS, Aaron?
I knew I should have quit when I was ahead. Wait, but Aaron, did it work? You got a message back? Wait, is this international versus US moment happening? I don't know. Well, no. Your sender is set as 111. What? Oh, so it won't work in the US. Yes, Aaron and I were just working on a project where when you set you can't in the US, but in anywhere else you're like allowed to fake who's sending it, which is like so interesting that we have different laws.
So we should change this code then. You see on line 25,
I do.
It says from SMS Fortunes demo.
Yep.
You can't send from that in some geographies.
So it just needs to be the our Nexmo number, right?
We can send from your Nexmo number, and you can just paste that in.
Okay. Versus like grabbing
needs to be a Nexmo number. Yeah, so it needs to be for the US. I think it needs to be a number that you own. So your Nexmo number.
No, it's so funny. We like literally just figured that out the other day while working on some code too. So that's, wait, we need to push again. Wait, do I need to put this in quotes? Or can it just be that way?
Let's go with yes.
Yeah, I think so. That didn't look right.
I don't think quotes would hurt it.
Okay.
Because
she won't hurt it. Now I need to run, yes, he says. Okay. So let's just run that. Okay. That is just, it's so interesting that we have those different rules of messaging, if you will.
And every country is different. Yeah. So there are things like time limits in some countries, and it's just, I had no idea before I started working with the Vonage stuff all the time. Like, wow, that's
Y'all, if you're interested in learning these intricacies too, come join us on our fun team. Okay, so it's still pushing, and it is interesting. There are so many use cases in which you would want to be communicating with your Oh, thank you for the country specific feature. Oh my gosh.
That is exactly where you should go to look
That's
up all the amazing limitations.
What we should be talking about. Okay.
Yeah, we should totally be posting the help links, but no, we're just chatting about the weird
we're just
and fun ones.
isn't that interesting? So I really feel good about this. I feel as though this is going to work. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to turn my computer off of Do Not Disturb so that we can get the messages on my screen. If it actually works, we'll see. Okay. Cool. It looks like it worked. Oh no, it's still running. It does take a bit of time, doesn't it? But I mean, it's okay.
It does, but and to me, that's kind of the big downside of cloud functions. You know, they're amazing, they're scalable, but you'll find that most developers that work with these all the time have either you can get some integration in your editors as well. On my developer drop-in stream with Alex a couple of weeks ago probably, he was doing Azure functions with it plugged into Visual Code, and it still took time to upload, but I felt like there were fewer steps.
Oh, cool.
And that seemed to work pretty well.
Yeah.
So that there are workarounds, and if you're working with OpenWhisk, then you can run that locally if you want to, if it's in a Docker container. So then you've got like a local dev platform that can be quite handy if you can replicate the events locally.
Sweet. That's really cool. Guess what? It worked!
Way! Did you get a good fortune as well, or was it a sarcastic one?
It's a nice one. It says, I have ambitious nature and may make a name for yourself on the Vonage Devs Twitch channel. It doesn't say that part, second part,
of course.
Sick. This is so exciting. We have done it. We have built this code. We did a lot of debugging. I love that you have some next steps of like other places people can play around and look at. But everyone, please send us your what you get in your fortune. This is just so fun. I'm glad someone is getting nice messages. Me too. I feel I'm sorry that you're not. We promise we didn't set you up for failure on that, but So
but that would be a really interesting tutorial for like how to discriminate against somebody that's annoying you in your chat. Like, how would you even build that? I don't know. But I promise I didn't.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. No, I'm so excited. I'm really, really happy that we worked together on that and the way that we got it going. So anyway, I want to thank you for joining me on the stream today, and thank you everyone for watching and following along with us and helping us debug and being so like supportive in that journey as well, because it's an ever evolving thing and lots of things to learn, but it's fun to be doing it live with you all on Twitch. So I hope you all have a great day, and we will see you next week on another episode of this. Whatever I'm trying to do here is just show fun things that Vonage can do. Okay, Lorna, thank you again. I will talk to you soon, and we are gonna go offline. We are bye. Oh yeah, let's get one bye way from you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Thanks, folks. Thank you, folks. And we are offline, and I need to get my offline to sync with my stop streaming.